Don, it's all yours.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Um, on this screen here, you'll see the part that we're going to be programming for CAM operations in index 4-axis machining. I want to draw your attention to this circular icon at the top here, and it shows a fourth axis rotation setup on the table. You can set it up on the table or in the head. Typically, it would be on the table. So if you see right below the head, you see your axes here, machine axes. So this is your first, second, and third axis. Your z-axis obviously is your third axis, and then your fourth axis is on the table, and it points along the positive x-axis. Now, you can set it up positive y-axis, negative x, negative y, whatever your machine requires. In this case, we're just going to be doing a standard 4-axis setup when the fourth rotational axis is pointed parallel to the positive x-axis. Okay, so we'll show you that when we get to part up. The actual part is a table leg. We're going to be putting this square stock on the fourth axis, and we're going to be programming each side of this table leg completely finished on the fourth axis. Down here, the CAM operations, I just have a list of the operations we're going to be looking at. Actually, for this part, you can program this in 3-axis or in only 2-axis. And I think we'll have time, we'll probably be able to show you the 2-axis as well. But here's a list of some of the operations that we're going to be using in each of the indexed positions. So as far as the 4-axis mechanisms go, we're going to be introducing rotate table setups, which is going to be rotating the fourth axis, fixing it in that position, and then we're going to be performing hole drilling, 2.5-axis engraving, profiling, and 3-axis horizontal roughing and finishing in those indexed fixed orientations. Okay, so if you take a look at the part here, we have it just a square stock, and we have from features wise, we have some dowel pinholes here. We have a decorative scallop that goes along 2 sides of the leg. And you will also notice that the profile of the leg itself is not straight. So it's got curves here on this side, and then it's got tapered walls on this opposite side. So let's go right into the part, and we'll get set up for 4-axis. The bottom, okay. So now let's go ahead and do a rotate table setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the program tab. We're going to go to the setup, and we're going to pick a rotate table setup. So this dialog here controls the fourth rotational axis. So we're going to rotate it to 180, which is the opposite of the 0. Pick OK. Let's look at the triad here. So now you see that the z-axis is pointing downward. Okay. I'm just going to roll this up a little bit so you can see that from a different angle. Okay. So you see our in-process stock. That's why I added this rectangle here that we're going to use to do another horizontal roughing operation. Okay. So basically, we're just going to select this one, and we're going to clone it, and we're going to select it. We're going to drag it under setup 2. Okay. And we're going to double click on it. We're going to remove the drive region. We're going to add this curve right here. There it is. Okay. So you see that it remove some more stock on the ends, and it was able to grab a little bit more stock on the top of the part. Let's go ahead and simulate that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we got a horizontal roughing. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some horizontal finishing while we're on this side. We'll go 3-axis, horizontal finishing. Okay, and we will, just one second. Okay, so we're going to select this boundary again. Okay. With the tool, we'll use the same flat mill. Okay. This is horizontal finishing. And we're not going to talk about that. The cut parameters, we're going to retract the toolpath. When it gets to the ends here, it's going to retract and move over. Okay. Cut levels. We're only going to do one cut level. So this is going to be sort of like a profiling operation. So it's going to just finish the sidewalls is what's going to happen. Okay, so the number of cut levels is set to 1. And we're going to set a bottom. Okay. We're going to set the bottom to -1.5. Okay. So basically what it's going to do is, let's go ahead and change something here. Okay. Set that a little bit more. So you'll see that it basically did a profiling operation around it, and it skipped the cylinder. Let's go ahead and simulate that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it cleaned up both sides. Okay,